Here's a question for you. What do you suppose is the best-selling car that Acura sells? Let me give you a hint. It starts with an M, it ends with an X, and there's a D in the middle. That's right, the Acura MDX. Before we take this MDX for a ride, let's talk about it. Just you and me. In the back row, no, make that the second row. I'm a big guy and yet I'm very comfortable. The materials here are high quality. And get this, the car has actually 3 zones of climate. Passenger, driver, and back seats. Which means that back here, I've got heated seats. Keep my butt toasty warm. Okay, now I'm in the way back seats and obviously I don't fit. These seats are not designed for a guy that's 6'2". They're best suited for kids or really short people. But you know, it's not bad back here. If I were a little kid, I'd be happy as a clam, especially with that entertainment center that's just 1 row ahead. So far, so good. You know, in some cars, it's almost impossible to get out of the way back. In this car, it's not that hard. I just locked myself in. There we go, it's not that hard. I can actually get out without having to contort myself. All right, somewhat contort myself into a clown car configuration. There are no fewer than 48 buttons in the center stack. Oops, forgot one. That would be the hazards, make that 49, plus 17 buttons on the steering wheel, and I haven't even counted the ones that are kind of on the side of the dashboard here. Car is just packed full of technology, and if you're not comfortable with technology and buttons, you're not going to be comfortable with this car. For instance, there's so much technology in here that the navigation system is hooked up to the climate control system so that the car knows where you're at and how to adjust the temperature, I guess. One of the really weird things though, it still comes with a key. Most cars with this much technology have a push button start, not the MDX old-fashioned key. Go figure. Let's take it for a ride. I can't. First I have to say okay that I won't sue Acura, then I have to change that screen so that it's in the right screen. Once again, a lot of technology. You better like buttons if you want to buy the MDX. I am seriously impressed with the MDX's handling. Not only does it feel tight and alive, it also feels like a much smaller car. This is a 7-passenger car, and yet I feel I can take this thing around a turn like I was in an RDX. Now that is fun, with a V6 that puts out 300 horsepower and the gold button here that allows you to disable the traction control. You can have some fun with this car. Great, great, great. Not so good, I'm getting 16.8 miles to the gallon. Oh yeah, if you want a hot rod family hauler, there is no doubt in my mind that the MDX is the car for you. So, on the TFL scale of buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it, I'm going to give the MDX, even with that funky bird-like beak front end, a buy it. Roman Micah reporting for TFLcar.com.